Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. What a beautiful start to the day. Clear blue skies. It is already pretty warm. I do not want this little mini pre-summer heat wave to go away anywhere because I'm loving every single second. The garden is watered. I've actually done a little bit of tidying of the kitchen garden because we have got a shoot day at the house today. I'm always so grateful for beautiful weather on shoot days. It makes such a huge difference. We are potentially going somewhere really special later on. So hopefully I'll show you a little bit of behind the scenes. You actually may have already seen the video that we're shooting later on if I was able to get it approved by the owner of the house in time. So hopefully if you're watching this video on Tuesday, it means that the Sunday video will have been that very special garden tour. So do go and check it out. But if you're watching this on the Sunday, it'll be coming on Tuesday, hopefully. Sorry, that's terribly confusing. And then also, very kindly, the team at Cornwall Manor have said that we can shoot a few bits there as well. This really is such a magic time of year, in particular in Cotswolds gardens. An English country garden in the middle of May is, in my opinion, almost at its best. Peonies are creeping out, alliums, the herbaceous border is just about to fully burst into life. It really is magical. So it's going to be a really lovely shoot day today. Jake will be here any second now, and I think the first thing we need to do is to shoot a lovely recipe. It's a nice, easy and healthy one, so that's on the agenda this morning. So this is a beautiful setup we've done for lunch. It is toasty in here, but we've got the fan on, and I'm actually going to turn the mist on once all the girls are in here because it just makes it so lovely and cool. I have made some, what we're calling summer rolls. These are actually inspired by Lizzie's lunch a couple of days ago. My camera's making it look very dark, but hopefully you can see they've got beautiful edible blooms in there. And then we've got some Daylesford salads, pink and green colour scheme. What a lovely team lunch. Well, my darlings, I must apologise for not chatting to you all day. As usual, shoot days are very busy, but fun and wonderful days. We've now made it to our very exciting shoot location. It is such an honour to be invited to come and film here by Carole Bamford. Such a dream come true because her gardens, I've said before, are without doubt the most beautiful gardens I have ever seen. The attention to detail, the inspiration that can be gathered from her greenhouse, from her herbaceous borders, the plant supports, everything. So this video that we're going to be creating is going to be an absolute feast for gardening lovers, or just people who appreciate beautiful things. I cannot wait to go in, meet up with Joe, who's the head gardener here. I can hear Charlie chatting with him now. They are gym buddies, and I'm going to be able to take you in. I think I'm going to give this camera to Charlie to film a little bit of behind the scenes while Jake and I film the proper video, which hopefully you've either seen by now or are now very excited to watch. So let's go. Let me show you inside the beautiful Daylesford House gardens. You too. This is Joe. Joe is head gardener here at the Daylesford estate. And what an incredible garden you've got here, Joe. Charlie's been capturing the behind the scenes content. If anyone's not watched the main video, this is Joe, head gardener. Joe's been great on camera so far, and Charlie's been asking. No, you are. He is an oracle. We're literally learning so much.
I can't think of the analogy of when you're younger and you're itching to, because obviously I'm itching to just constantly ask Joe questions.
I know.
We're very, very, very lucky to be here, real privilege.
Yeah.
And obviously we're filming something for your YouTube channel, so I'm struggling not to constantly ask you questions.
I know. We just need to do a full day with Joe, don't we?
I've been going around deadheading all our tulips. You were saying that there's...
Yeah, so you very cleverly spotted we'd actually left all those tulips in. And the simple fact is there's a wren's nest in amongst that. So we would have taken them out this week and put some salvias in there for our kind of summer bedding, if you like. But we just thought, leave it alone for another couple of weeks.
So my
still, I know.
Yeah, they're quite effective.
Playing them out, but it still does kind of work, right?
Yeah, it's architectural, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for our tulips at home, should we cut them or pull the bulb out?
It depends. I think if you want really successful flowers that are true to form every year, I'd pull them up.
Yeah.
We don't always hear. If we do pull them up, we'll put them back into the meadows and
lovely.
And let them naturalise in the meadows. Things like the pots here, we will take them out because they're not necessarily going to be true to form next year.
This is a centrepiece, right? This is
Yeah.
being in a border. You want this to look perfect year on year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it does. It looks beautiful. And what are these? Forget-me-nots.
That's white forget-me-not.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, I forgot what that one was.
Yeah, I forgot.
Are you thinking of what salvias are you going to put in? Do you know?
Not entirely sure yet. We've got many hundreds growing on, so it kind of
Do you know the one I like that would work is I can't remember the name off the top of my head now. You know the really dainty one with the tiny little leaves, like not Caradonna, not the Nemorosa. I'm gonna have to show it to you now.
Amistad?
No, not Amistad.
So I grew beans next to my rhubarb, probably a bit niche, last year. And am I right in thinking they leave nitrogen in the soil?
Yeah. So you probably want to think about. Well, I mean, now's the time to do it.
More pelargoniums. My goodness. You recently potted in the tomatoes?
Yeah, so tomatoes went in last week.
And these are the squash, right?
They're quick growing. Yeah, all you need really is a pot. And, nice bright windowsill, and you're away.
Ready
Really.
to go. Love it. Can you tell the vlog what your WhatsApp group's going to be called?
Well, it's not a WhatsApp group, so I'm a bit envious and sort of not jealous isn't the right word, envious of you didn't found, did you, this ladies Cotswold group? So I'm like, we need a guys.
It's actually girls and gays.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, ours is guys only. Gays are very welcome, but guys only. And it's going to be called Gents and Gilets.
Gents in gilets.
I was going to call it Gents and Gilets, but maybe in Gilets sounds better, so I'm stealing that. You've seen it legally.
Are you going to be part of this group, Joe?
Well, basically, it's just all young people living in the Cotswolds that do different inspiring things. And also, it's a selfish thing, because if Joe's involved, then whenever I see him for these events, I want to organise at least one a quarter, and then maybe one a month in the future. Then I can quiz him about stuff in the garden.
Okay.
Joe, while you've got a second, what am I doing wrong with my salvias?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I got lavender in particular.
Love it. Well, we'll leave applications down below.
Yeah. I mean, genuinely, I think if I could take a year off work, I would love to just come and be a full-time gardener and learn and absorb, because it's so inspiring.
Me too.
That's the best way to learn, is actually
you have to live and breathe
just doing it.
Exactly, yeah.
We've learned so much in our garden just by living and breathing and trying things, and obviously, try and error. Here you can't quite do that because you've got people expecting amazing things, but
well, we do have a few pet projects we play around with, but
Okay, we have just finished filming. I think we got some really gorgeous footage. We've got the most magical evening light now, so I think Jake is going to send up the drone. Joe was just saying how the chefs at Daylesford House will come down and choose different ingredients, whether it's microgreens from the greenhouse or whatever's fully flourishing in the kitchen garden. But my goodness, I think if this was on my doorstep, I'd be walking laps around this beautiful garden every single morning with my coffee. What a dream. And look at this beautiful old wall. We've got peaches growing up the wall here, and then this incredible herbaceous border of alliums and peonies. It's just honestly what garden dreams are made of. Anyway, I better head back to the gardening office because we don't want to be getting in the way of the beautiful drone shots. Well, that was quite possibly the most magical shoot I think I've ever done. The garden at this time of year, in this light, I feel like I've come away just brimming with so much inspiration, and I'm desperate to get into my own garden now to take some of what I've learned today and bring a little bit of that magic to our garden at home. Even this little country lane area is just giving me goosebumps at the moment. This time of year really is so magical. We've got the little lambs bleating away in the fields, the cow parsley all over the lanes. It is 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅, so the farmers are leaving the lanes quite wild to help with pollination, and honestly I think it is my favourite time of year here in the Cotswolds. Take a look at the view that I am enjoying right now. Look at this. Everywhere you look it is like a postcard. Absolutely stunning. Do these little sheep and lambs realise what a gorgeous view they have? Your home is beautiful, little lammies.
Yep.
Quick dash into the farm shop for some dinner because after our shoot day neither of us have any energy to cook. Let's see what's on the fresh market area. Just got back home. I think this is the longest shoot day I think we have done with Jake. It's nearly 8 o'clock and I feel absolutely exhausted. Shoot days kind of take it out of you because you have to be on it all the time when you're filming. So straight into comfy clothing and got a Daylesford lasagna in the oven. I'm so impressed with the speed of this because I ordered this book on Amazon this morning, and living out in the middle of nowhere I do not expect same-day delivery, so I actually couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this in the house when we just got back. This is Martha Stewart's gardening handbook, and I've also realised when you're watching this vlog it is the start of Chelsea Flower Show. By the time this vlog goes live, we will have our guide to Chelsea Flower Show blog post up on the blog. I will leave a little preview on the screen here. So if you're heading to the flower show this year, then make sure to have a little look at that post. And you can also take a little browse if you're not going, if you want to know what it's all about. But yeah, I thought I would mention that. I will have been to the flower show yesterday, if you're watching this on Tuesday, and got that blog post ready for you last night. So it's ready to go. And we should also have lots of content on Instagram to help make sure that you find all the best places to visit during the flower show. Hello, my Dexy. Come and sit with your mummy. But anyway, back to the book. This has been such a garden themed vlog and I love it. I have an American YouTuber to thank for this. She came up on my YouTube recommended and I've been watching all of her vlogs. I actually don't know the girl's name, but her channel name is Marigold Manor. And I think she lives in a southern state, I'm guessing by the weather in her vlogs, but she is just so wholesome and lovely, and I love finding content creators that do wholesome content in the US. So she is now a new favourite. She did this thing last weekend called a potluck, which is when you and your friends all kind of get together for a foodie event. You don't really discuss who's going to bring what food, I guess it's just potluck. And yeah, she's just lovely, so I'll leave her channel link down below. She mentioned that her boyfriend got her this book, or maybe husband, for Easter, and I thought that is very up my street. So I cannot wait to have a little flick through. I'm going to enjoy browsing while watching the sun go down behind the church, but let's have a little sneak through together. It says it is the essential guide to designing, planting and growing, and I just love this parterre on the front here. It's so beautiful. So we've got the tools that you might need, how to compost. Oh, I'm gonna love this book. So much inspo imagery. Oh yes, oh yes. Oh, this is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. That looks like an English house, doesn't it? Upton House, England. Oh my gosh, 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆. Sorry, this is just down the road. This is literally just down the road from me. And it's in Martha Stewart's gardening book. How fabulous. Well, I cannot wait to have a flick through this. I think it's going to be, perfect. It is lilac time of year. Harvesting tips, types of lilac, how to prune. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I think I've just found my new handbook. How gorgeous. I will leave this book linked down below in case you or someone that you love might be interested. Speaking of fertilizer, they are spreading chicken manure on all the fields around us tonight. So it's very fragrant, but look at this. These are things that I love to do. So coffee grounds, eggshells, even tea leaves as DIY fertilizers. So crushed eggshells, a source of calcium, helps promote strong growth. I have done that many a time. Oh my gosh, guys, I really want to write a book, and I feel like it would be so many wholesome gardening tips like this. So much of this, I do already kind of have the knowledge deep in my brain. It's just so lovely to see it all in one place, which I think is why I'd love to do a book like this one day. I shall, oh, is that Daylesford seeds? No, it looks quite similar. Yeah, I'm manifesting it, putting that out into the universe. We have arrived at Cowley Manor for our spa day, and we just started off with a lovely lunch, really nice, small, which I quite like, so it's not overwhelming, spa menu. The leek, which Lala had as her starter, but luckily we shared both, was exceptional. My salad was delightful as well, and then I had a 𝑭𝒆𝒑 cabbage, and it was just cooked to perfection with a really nice, I think it was like a tahini kind of dressing, just so many lovely flavours. Do you enjoy your 𝑭𝒊𝒅 trout?
Absolutely delicious, my
Delicious?
Good.
And not too crazy big portions.
No, it was just a nice little fillet of 𝑭𝒊𝒅 trout, and then it was in a sauce, creamy sauce with peas and broad beans.
Gorgeous.
And then a green item on the top, and it wasn't
Looked
lettuce,
like
but it was
samphire, but it wasn't.
No, I don't know what it was, but it was all very, very nice.
Sure was.
And it didn't outsize you.
No, because us little people can get outsized quite easily. So we're just going for a little walk. We're literally in a tree right now.
And hope we don't fall down this bank.
Lala was saying good job we didn't have too much wine at lunch, because if you roll down this hill you do end up with a splash.
In the lake.
In the lake. Although I think it is a wild swimming lake, but still, maybe not before our spa treatment. Yeah. We're admiring the structure of this, definitely more of a lake than a pond. It's so beautiful. Yeah. We think that this might have been an old Victorian spa building, as we're quite close to Cheltenham Spa. And I think one of the lakes here is swimmable. Maybe not this one, it doesn't look like there's any in or out section, but we're still exploring, digesting our lunch as we take an amble around the beautiful grounds. So the upper lake leads into the water that's coming out of the gargoyles' mouths, and then this is the water staircase It runs down and it actually goes underground and then comes out into the boathouse lake, which is occupied by a swan who's currently dunking underwater. How gorgeous. Look how clear the water is. Wowzers. So do we think that the Victorians would have plunged in here? Maybe we should join them. Okay, we've just sat down back on the terrace after our little explore to have some coffee, and Lila has been doing some serious Googling. Do you want to tell some of the facts that you've just found?
Gosh, yes.
I'll tell you one random one.
Edward the Confessor.
Well, my random fact is probably the most boring of all the exciting facts here, that this was the first house in the UK to have used concrete. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yes, very random. The grounds used to belong to the kings of England, and Edward the Confessor swapped this piece of land for land where Westminster Abbey is now built.
Westminster Abbey. And C.S. Lewis, of Alice in Wonderland fame, was apparently staying in this village and was inspired by this property and the gardens in particular when he wrote Alice... Wait, he or she?
It's he, isn't it?
He, yeah, wrote Alice in Wonderland. And there's lots of little homages to Alice in Wonderland here, aren't there?
Yes.
Like the little door in the hedge that we saw earlier. Gosh, I feel like
The
we're
main
abroad.
house is not as old as it looks,
Ew.
although there has been a house on site for many centuries, dating right back to the Domesday Book.
The Domesday Book.
It's full of history. It's just amazing.
So cool. And the different levels of water would have been different temperature.
Yeah, in the spa that they had within the private house.
Oh, it does look like a spa house,
Because
doesn't it?
yes, because there were Greek, Turkish, and what was it? French? No, Roman, Greek, and Turkish steam rooms, and a range of pools with water at varying temperatures for different reasons.
It's so Cheltenham, which is our nearest big town to where we are now, is a spa town, and I don't think there's actually a proper spa here.
I don't know.
No.
But there are what did we say? 7 natural springs in the grounds here, which would have. It's spa country. It's where all
Yeah.
the Victorians used to come and take the waters.
Take the water.
That's what they used to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Cheltenham is called Cheltenham Spa.
Yeah. It's a shame that there aren't more local water companies, because we buy 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅. Well, actually, we don't. We buy Harrogate Spa. But why is there not like a Cowley Spa water brand? There's an idea.
Cost, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we've got another. My watch says 4:30, but I don't think that's right. Got another 10 minutes in the sunshine, and then we are heading to the spa. I have got an 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 Super Sea Facial, and yours sounded very jazzy. Bio something or other?
I thought yours was the
No, because
super one.
yeah, mine's the 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 one. But yours is something jazzy. I just asked for something relaxing for you. Yay! Good morning, my darlings. I hope you don't mind the church bells going off in the background. I always find it such a jolly sound. I don't know, I think it's just the association with home, and I love it. And whenever I go away from home for a few nights, I kind of miss the church bells. But oh, that was not such a nice sound. But it's the next day, and oh my gosh, I couldn't have spoken to you if I wanted to last night, because I was just so relaxed after that facial, and it was like a facial but with a real emphasis on massage. It was the 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 Super C facial, and I use the 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 Super C vitamin C, and I think they've got vitamin E in them as well, drops every morning. And I have to say, it's probably the favourite part of my morning routine. Vitamin C is really good for protecting the skin, fighting against antioxidants and things like that. Gives your skin a glow, helps fight against dark spots, and everyone should have vitamin C in their routine. And yeah, the 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 one is just an absolute favourite of mine. Did I say fight against antioxidants? Fight against pollution and things like that. But yeah, I absolutely couldn't recommend that any more highly. It was such a lovely experience, and Cowley Manor, what a beautiful place. It really is absolutely stunning, and we were so lucky with the sunshine. Got sunshine again today, so I do want to spend as much time as possible in the garden today, because I think maybe the temperatures might be starting to drop next week. I'm making myself a morning smoothie. I've just put in 4 dates. They are 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 dates, and I'm popping in my morning coffee, which I did not drink because I'm going to blame Charlie. Charlie's 𝑭𝒊𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆 coffee machine is broken again. I think it's broken 3 times this year. Guess how many times my Ninja coffee machine is broken? 0. So Charlie's using my machine at the moment. You might be thinking, why do you have different coffee machines? His machine, this one over here, it's fabulous, it really is, but it's quite hard to use, and it does break more often than we would like it to break, considering how much of an investment it was. And Charlie actually prefers his coffee to be a little bit more bitter, and I prefer mine to be more kind of smooth and creamy. And basically the reason I didn't drink my coffee this morning is because Charlie put his beans in my machine, and his beans are too strong, they're too bitter, and I didn't like my coffee. And that is sacrilege, because my morning coffee is one of, as well as putting on my Super C skincare drops from 𝑭𝒆𝒂𝒕𝒖𝒓𝒆, my morning coffee is such a cherished and loved part of my morning routine. So he's really messed with my morning routine, and I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it. Sometimes when I make statements like that, I forget that tens of thousands of people are watching this, and it's the kind of thing that I would just flippantly say to like a pal that was here. Maybe I wouldn't announce it to, like, if I think of what's Wembley Stadium, like 80,000 people, there's a chance this vlog could be seen by 80,000 people. Most of them don't quite hit that number, but would I clutch a knife and talk about Charlie switching around the coffee beans, disrupting my morning routine in front of an entire Wembley Stadium? Can you imagine if Taylor Swift just started banging on about that kind of stuff? We'd be like, what is this girl on about? Anyway, I tend to go on these mad rambly chats when I haven't had my coffee, because it's almost like a state of delirium, is that the word? Deliriousness? I don't know. I need my coffee is all I'm saying. So what I'm doing is adding it into a lovely smoothie. So we've got dates, we've got my cashew butter from Buy Whole Foods online, we've got a banana which was very ripe, so hopefully it'll be nice and sweet. I don't want these to go to waste, but my broccoli sprouts are on their last day. They've been in the fridge for 3 or 4 days. And they still smell good, but I know that tomorrow they won't be good. So I'm basically just going to stick. I might put them on my lunch. Couple of handfuls of broccoli sprouts. I'm not talking about these in every vlog anymore, but I am having a handful every day. They are such an amazing superfood. I think we did a blog post and maybe even a YouTube short about broccoli sprouts, how amazing they are for you and how easy they are to grow. So I'll leave that linked somewhere if you haven't seen it. I'm also going to add in a teaspoon of maca powder, which is also from Buy Whole Foods online, and I may have a discount code for them. If I do, that'll be down below. And also, just while I've got you, I found out yesterday that I actually have, and this is quite a game changer, a Daylesford and Bamford discount code. Apparently I've had it for a while, I just didn't know about it. So I think it's Josie LDN, as in my Instagram handle, 10. That'll get you 10% off Daylesford and Bamford, which is actually really amazing. You can use it, I think you can actually even use it on like the jams and the breads and the crockery and the clothes. This little knitted vest is Bamford. Their clothing is absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, 10% off Daylesford, that's not something that they offer very often. So yeah. There you go, a discount code for Daylesford. How amazing. Thank you very much to them. As always, we've got a discount directory on our blog, which has got discount codes probably for Ancient and Brave, probably for Organised, like all of my favourite brands, and of course Daylesford. You can find discount codes on that page of our website, so it's always worth having a little look at that. We have got some really good ones. In fact, I'll pop it on the screen here so you can just see the kind of brands that we have got discount codes for. It's, yeah, it's great. So what else? There's one other thing that oh, this is very last minute, but Daylesford very kindly keep just extending the amount of places that we have available for my geranium brunch, which, if you guys are watching this on Tuesday, is literally tomorrow, so it's so unlikely. But if you did happen to be in London tomorrow, we've actually, as of the day that I'm filming this, just released just 5 more tickets. So I think they've found another table or something. But yeah, if you missed out the first time and you want to come along to my brunch, we can say hello, we can chat about gardening. We're going to be potting up some geraniums together in a beautiful Daylesford basket. The brunch is geranium themed, so I don't know if the chef is going to be like infusing things with geranium. Who knows? It's going to be lovely at the Daylesford boutique in Pimlico, which is really close to the Chelsea Flower Show if you are going to the flower show. I feel so lucky to be hosting an event with them, and to do gardening with you guys is so fun. So I really hope, well, I know that I'll be meeting lots of you there. Don't be afraid to come by yourself either. I've had a few messages from people saying they're a bit nervous to come alone. Please don't be nervous. Most people come alone, and Charlie's going to be there, and he just makes sure that everyone is having a good time. So if you're a bit nervous, just go up to Charlie. Honestly, you'll be, or me obviously, but you know, Charlie just will start talking to you about the most random stuff, and you'll forget that you are nervous. So don't worry. I'm going to pop in a tablespoon of the Ancient and Brave cacao and reishi. This tastes amazing and it's full of goodness. The reishi mushrooms have got so many health benefits, and it makes everything taste like chocolate milkshake, which is wonderful. And then this is my, I don't want to say controversial, but my interesting addition to my smoothies. It's called Organised. I've spoken about this before. It's basically the world's first whole food organ blend. So in here, vegans, close your ears. We've got, oh, I thought it had the ingredients somewhere, but it must have just been on the website. It's basically all the parts of an animal that are really good for you. So like the brain, the liver, the kidney, that kind of stuff. But I personally don't want to eat those bits, but I know that they're really, really good for you, like packed so full of nutrition. And this is a powdered version, and they're just so closely working with farmers, and they ensure that every ingredient that they put in this has been exceptionally sustainably and thoughtfully sourced. So I wouldn't buy something like this from any old company, but I really trust Organised. So yeah, I just put a tablespoon of this in as well. You can't taste it. Don't worry, I'm not having a meat flavoured smoothie, that would be gross. And then last but not least, my kefir from Daylesford, which you can get 10% off. How exciting. I feel like I'm missing a key ingredient in this. What am I missing? I might just put a dash of maple syrup in, because I've just had avo toast, so this is my kind of breakfast dessert, I guess. A little bit of salt. Oh, that was quite a lot. Sweet and salty. Oh, cinnamon. I've got a feeling I'm out of cinnamon. Oh no. Oh, that was quite a lot. Dash of maple syrup. Might as well finish it. Okay, I'm going to blend it and then see if I need water. This is absolutely delicious. That's quite sweet. Oh my gosh. I think I might have accidentally put a mint leaf in there. It's like a chocolate mint smoothie. I wouldn't put it past me because I literally have 3 mint plants lying around in the kitchen, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if a leaf fell into my coffee cup on the way home, because I just shoved my coffee cup quite precariously in my shopping bag. That's definitely what's happened. But it's really nice. Maybe I'll actually do that in future, put a mint leaf in with my kind of chocolatey banana-y smoothie. In particular this one, because this one is mint chocolate. As with pelargoniums, which you will know if you watched our video filmed in Lady B's garden, different types of pelargonium and so many different plants, you know, you can mix different varieties together and get different flavors and different scents. Well, I don't know how they've done it, but they've made a chocolatey tasting mint plant, and in a tea it's subtle, but oh my gosh, it's so good, so good if you love after eights and things like that. And then I got this one for my mum. This is really weird. I can't wait to try it in a tea. This is mint grapefruit, and it smells so fresh. This in a mojito or in a cocktail or in a G&T, so good. As with any mint, if you plant it, please make sure you put it in a pot, not in a raised bed, not in the ground, because it really takes over. But what that means is that you buy it once at this time of year and you won't have to buy it again. If it survives the winter, bring it inside, and then it probably will do, and you will never have to buy mint again, because it just grows back and grows back and grows back. It's so good, and it takes over. So it's a really good investment, especially if you love a fresh mint tea, and if you don't have a garden but you want some freshness and just something to grow and look after, then mint is a really good one, because you can just keep it as we do over there. Excuse the mess. Just checking there's nothing there that you shouldn't see, but I don't even know what there would be in this house you guys can't see. But yeah, I've got a feeling that is actually a chocolate mint. So I guess we've got 2 now. But yeah, having a mint plant in your kitchen, you can just grab a couple of leaves, throw it in a mug, and then you've got your cup of mint tea. This is mint lemon, which, oh my gosh, I wish you guys could smell this. It smells so good. This I think is going to be my favorite for like a refreshing after dinner mint tea. So how lovely that I can choose from either of these or the classic Moroccan mint and peppermint that we have got growing down in the tubs in the kitchen garden. Yeah, anyway, so my routine when I've made a smoothie is I keep the empty Daylesford kefir bottle, and I pour the second half of the smoothie into the bottle, and then I'll have that the next day. I've actually got a lot here, probably enough for 3 days. So that'll be my coffee, date, cinnamon, beef organs, 𝑭𝒊𝒅, everything yummy and delicious. And I also threw in a handful of nuts at the end. So that's my smoothie for tomorrow. Okay, so just a couple of deliveries to share with you before I head out into the garden. I'm probably going to pop maybe even a bikini on. I'm not sure if it's that warm. Maybe just some shorts, that's probably more sensible. I had a delivery from Code 8, who have a new lip gloss, which is called Cotton Kiss. They've sent some cotton candy, which I've not had in years. I wonder if I might do some little lilac cupcakes and put some of this on top. I think that could be really cute. And I think this was from them, a little mini bottle of Moet. How lovely, the rosé version, which is my favourite. Very, very kind. And this is the launch, so it's their lip glaze. The colour looks beautiful, so let's give this a try. I think it's just going to be a really subtle pink lip gloss. Ooh, that is very pretty. What a beautiful lip gloss, and it doesn't feel sticky at all. That's gorgeous. That's such a nice one for a summer handbag. Thank you, Code 8. And then we've got a little tin here which says 𝑑olce & Gabbana. This will be a great tin for keeping seeds in. That's where my mind goes instantly. And what do we have inside? Oh! It looks a bit rude, I'm not gonna lie. Looks like giant you guys can fill in the gaps, but they're actually under eye patches. I now remember the email that I received, but how cute in this little tin, which yeah, I will definitely be using for seeds after I've used the eye patches. We're heading out for dinner tonight. It's actually a kind of pop-up supper club at the Yurt at Nicholson's. Nicholson's is a garden centre very close to where we live. I'm sure you will have heard us talking about Nicholson's so much because years ago we kind of discovered them during lockdown and have used them so much for all the landscaping here at the house. They created our herbaceous border, they built our kitchen garden, we've used them loads. And yeah, they also have a gorgeous garden centre with a yurt in the middle, which also does really amazing food. So we're going for their spring seasonal supper club tonight. So I will pop one of my very bougie Dolce & Gabbana eye patches on ahead of that to give my complexion a bit of a lift. And then this ginormous box here, as you can see, is from Smith and Munson, and I think we are officially at the end of tulip season, which means it is officially peony season. Yay! I have been picking peonies in my own garden. I'm about to go and do a little bit of peony maintenance down in the garden, so I will show you what I'm doing, which I would also recommend. I definitely recommend watching if you've got peonies at home, because a little tip that I will share with you makes a big difference in the quality of your blooms. So dun dun dun! I think this is peonies. That was just a total guess. I would say Smith & Munson are in my top 3 deliveries that we receive on like a subscription basis. Smith & Munson flowers, Citizens of Soil olive oil, and I have to be selfless and say different dog food because the boys just absolutely love it so much. Oh, here we go. Yes, I think it is peonies. Oh, from the Smith & Munson family. I love that it's family run. Oh, how beautiful that image is. They're based up in Lincoln, which is where my mum grew up. You know how we just love supporting British companies and especially anyone in the farming kind of growing space. So, ooh, oh yay. Okay, so what I'm actually gonna do is give them a rinse, because peonies have got, you might have seen a reel on my Instagram account by now all about peonies and peony maintenance. In fact, I'm gonna insert that reel here. It's finally peony season. Here are a few things you need to know in order to make the most of this beautiful flower. So the first thing is ensuring you pick them at the right stage. These ones here, they're just a little bit too hard. What you want to be feeling out for is almost the texture of a marshmallow. This one is perfect. And when it comes to the length, I always try to make it so that it's almost the length of my hand to my elbow. This is the perfect length for picking peonies. Some of the peonies in my garden are already in full bloom. Seeing as I want my flower display to look great today, this one is perfect. But if you're picking for a display, then I would normally say this one is just a little bit too open. For a flower display that we want to look beautiful today, this is the perfect peony. This is the perfect amount of open, and I know it'll look gorgeous in a vase for a few days. If you are growing peonies at home, now's a really good time to snip away any side shoots. I always find it so sad cutting away a potential flower, but actually it means that our main peony growing here in the middle is just going to be even more beautiful. So these peonies are going to go in my vase, but in order for peonies to open up, sometimes it's a good idea to just rinse them slightly, because they can be a little bit sticky and almost waxy inside, which prevents the buds from opening naturally. So all I'm going to do is just dunk it in the water and give it a little stir around. With my peony that's a little bit more open, ants love peonies, so we don't want to bring any ants into the house. So again, I'm just going to delicately give this one a stir in the water. When it comes to arranging, I'm going to first pop a few drops of my cut flower elixir into the water, and this just helps to extend the life of peonies. As with most flowers, they will last a bit longer if you remove a few of the leaves. And again, when you're arranging, just sadly, it's best to take away any of the little side buds. Now I'm just picking a little bit of salvia to put in with my peonies. I love a bouquet that is pure peony, but not all of mine are quite ready to be picked, as it's still very early in the peony season. And I know that this salvia will grow back 10 times more than what I pick, so I'm not afraid to get very snippy with my salvia. I absolutely love the colour combination of the purple and green of the salvia with the pink of the peonies. Once again, I'm just stripping down the stems so that we have fewer leaves to contend with. Now, I think this needs another pop of colour in the middle, and luckily my Angelicas are ginormous, so let's add some of those in. Now, if you're going away or if you just have too many peonies all at once, you can actually store your peonies in the fridge for around 2 months. I didn't believe it either until I tried it last year. It's best to pick them when they're just about to become that marshmallow consistency, or texture rather. So I'm picking them a little bit longer than I usually would, removing the leaves and those side stems. And I'll show you how we prepare this to spend a month or so in the fridge. So for the strange fridge peony hack, what you want to do is remove the extra leaves and any second buds. We've already trimmed the ends, so what I'm going to do is pop the ends in some paper towel and then pop them in a plastic bag. And you can store these in your fridge for up to 2 months. When you want to use them, just take them out of the fridge, trim the ends again, pop them in some lukewarm water, and in just an hour or so, your peonies will start to open. So one of the things that hopefully you have spotted in that video is that sometimes peonies need a little bit of help to open because they have almost like a waxy residue on them. And by just rinsing them, you can rinse that waxy residue off, and it really helps just encourage those peonies to open. Okay, freshly washed peonies. Now another little hack, and this one I didn't include in the reel, but something that I read a couple of years ago is that something else you can do to help encourage them to open up, because it's so sad if they stay like this and don't reach their full glory, which will eventually look like these. These are from my garden. Yeah, this is a perfect peony, fully open, and then a slightly smaller one. This one is just about to uncurl, so yeah, you want them to get to that stage. So something else you can do is actually just bang them on a work surface, which I know seems bonkers, but it really works. It does just help to encourage them to open up. And then, as always, strip the leaves and cut at an angle and straight into the water. And I'm just adding some salvia in, just to add a little bit of foliage with a bloom at the end. It's also a good idea to snip some of your salvia now if you've got some in the garden, because essentially by snipping it, you're pricking it out, not pricking it out, you're, what's it called when you take the tops off your sweet peas? You're essentially doing that. You're giving it the Chelsea chop, which is, now's the time to do that. The Chelsea chop is when you literally chop the tops off your perennials, and it means that they grow more blooms and bushier later in the summer. So by cutting my salvia, I'm Chelsea chopping it, and it means I've got some nice foliage. And I can, from that bunch of peonies, I've put the rest in water and I'll sort them out in a bit. I'll probably get like 5 vases of flowers if I pad them out with salvia from the garden. So it could be as little as just a few hours that my peonies here start to open. So remember how this looks, and we'll come back to it a little bit later in the vlog. I just wanted to quickly show you what I've been wearing for my errands and things this morning before I get changed into something to go and work outside and do some gardening. This skirt was just a nice affordable one from H&M, and really lovely light yellow colour, beautiful kind of organza-y top layer pleats that go down. I think I have shown you this before, but yeah, it was just one of those outfits that I grabbed to throw into my gym bag to get changed into after Pilates, and then I've ended up really liking it, so there we go. But I'm going to pop some shorts on now. Hello my darlings. So I just took out my heelless curls, and it's honestly taken like 3 or 4 inches off my hair length because it is so curly. I've had them in for probably 6 hours and my hair was slightly damp, but hopefully they are going to drop. A little bit of secret behind the scenes, I have just filmed my Get Ready With Me for day 1 of Chelsea Flower Show. I was just thinking day 1 I'm not gonna have time to film it in the hotel room, so I have decided I think this is what I'm gonna wear. I love this dress, it's so comfortable and fabulous, perfect for Flower Show. So I've just filmed a little maybe TikTok, maybe Reel, who knows, for day 1 outfit. So I thought I would just show you. I feel very 80s with my hair looking like this. It's definitely not going to be quite this curly on Flower Show day. But yes, the dress is perfect. We've got this gorgeous shirred bodice, really lovely fabric. It's not too like overly smart. I mean, it's Chelsea Flower Show, it's not Royal Ascot. And then I've got these fabulous, I've shown you these shoes before, which are perfect for Flower Show because they've got a nice chunky block heel and they'll be super comfy for wearing all day. I did try my 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 bag, but obviously it's just such a clash, so I think I'm going to go with 𝑭𝒊𝒏𝒅 for day 1. It's not too much of a floral overload because I don't want to clash with the actual gardens, but let me show you this fabulous suede jacket, and I'm going to put this over my shoulders as we arrive. I think we are going to be arriving for the press day at 7 AM and it's going to be 11 degrees, so I've got a feeling you might have actually already seen the vlog of that day because I'm probably gonna like sneak it in and do a quick turnaround, so you might have already seen. But how fabulous is this jacket? I love it with the little flower motif. I think this is just so perfect for the flower show. So fun. I need to spray it with suede spray, definitely, but I just think it's gorgeous. In fact, I'm gonna wear this tonight for our dinner at Nicholson's. So this is sorted day 1. Now let me just quickly try on a few other lovely dresses that I've got from M&M. Okay, now I'm in a little bit of a conundrum because I've just tried on this next dress and I love it and it looks really cute with this bag, so now I'm questioning my choice for day 1. So this dress is, it does feel more a little bit, I would say, like a wedding guest dress. The material itself is quite casual, it's almost like a jersey material. It's got clips here so you can have it as open or as closed as you want. I need Charlie's help just completely fastening this all the way down. It's a little bit tricky by yourself, but you've got that little bit of open detail there. This lovely ruffle on the collar. I love the lilac colour, I think it's gorgeous, and I love that it works with this bag. It is overall, like, in a weird way it feels a bit more casual, I think mostly because of the bag, but it is a lovely full length. Let's see how it looks with the jacket, because I am definitely going to need a jacket when we arrive, because it's going to be, yeah, like 7 AM. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I'm now thinking I prefer this. By the time you watch this, it'll be too late, so hopefully you guys will have helped me out on Instagram. Ooh. Let me know down below if I made the right choice or which you would have gone for. Okay, option number 3, and I just love the hat. I love wearing a hat, I feel fabulous in a hat. It means that I don't have to worry about my hair, which is always a winner. So the hat is definitely coming with me. But then, oh my gosh, honestly, this hair is unruly. We've also got another tricky choice because this dress is also gorgeous. I think this is going to be a really lovely summer holiday one. This periwinkle, would you call it periwinkle? I think I would. Lilac colour is so lovely. There's something really nice and lightweight and relaxed about the silhouette of this one. I think it is gorgeous. The length is perfect considering I'm a little bit short. I think I'm about 5'4". Chunky block heels. Sorry you can't see, but yeah, I think I'm gonna save this one for summer holidays, which I can't wait for. Oh my gosh. Feels like we're having them in the UK at the moment though. I just wish I didn't have emails to deal with. But yeah, love this. One more to try on, and I think this last one I might actually wear tonight. Okay, super quick, so I've got to go. The last dress is this really simple, easy green dress, which is just another one that's super easy to throw on a summer's day. I think a little bit later I will need a bit of temperature adjustment, so I'm going to pop on the fabulous suede floral jacket. But anyway, this is the outfit of the evening. Let's get going.